Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Hi guys and gals, I'm back for another video. I'm going to be making a coconut cake with almond frosting. So it's going to take a little time. I'm going to combine all my cake ingredients into this bowl, and then I'm just going to mix it. It's just quicker for me. That's what I've always done. And then I'm going to make some homemade frosting. But I want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. So the oven's preheating. I don't know if you can see the temperature gauge on my oven, but it says PRE, so that means preheat. And you bake the cake for, I'm at a high altitude, so I would say 35 to 40 minutes. It varies. You'll just have to check the cake and see how dark you want your cake. Alright, I need to get some flour out. Stuff that you'll need to bake a cake: measuring spoons and measuring cups. These are for dry. This is for wet ingredients like milk, water, oils. To combine all the ingredients, and then I'm going to mix all together. Okay, there's my 2 cups of flour. Since I'm making 2 little cakes, this one's going to be for a potluck. This one's going to be for my husband. So I'm going to add 1 more cup of flour. I got flour everywhere. I'm going to use 2 cups of coconut flour. Sorry. I'm a little clumsy today. Yesterday I had a long day, man. I was ready to like relax around 3, and I was like, I still have a lot of stuff, so I was busy. Oh, if you want to make this gluten-free, just add gluten-free flour to your bowl. Then it'll be gluten-free. This is going to be dairy-free. But if you want to use, like, milk, that's fine too. Okay, there's one. I'm totally making a mess. Now I washed my counter, so I'm going to use this flour. You guys at a restaurant, you can't do that. You'll get in trouble. So I'm just letting you know. I'm at home, so I can do that. Like if there's flour on the counter, you can throw it away. Okay, there's 2 cups of coconut flour. I'm going to move my flour over here. Trying to keep track of what I'm putting in the cake. And I did write my recipe down. I haven't made this in a long time. My cakes. So about a half a cup of raw sugar. My sugar is getting too rock hard. Alright, with brown sugar, if it gets really firm where you can't break it, oh good. This is still a little dry. A lot of people don't eat the heel of the bread or the bread sides. So what I do is cut a piece of the bread and put it in here. What it does is soak up the moisture to make your brown sugar soft again. I'm all about saving money, so that's just what I do. So about a cup of brown sugar packed. I'm combining it to the bowl. And I have so a teaspoon of nutmeg. This is the kind I'm using.
In the mixing bowl.
A teaspoon of ginger, ground ginger.
Into the mixing bowl.
A tablespoon of cardamom.
Into the mixing bowl.
Two and a half tablespoons of baking powder.
Into the mixing bowl.
Two tablespoons of vanilla extract.
Into the mixing bowl. Sorry you guys, I dropped a measuring spoon on the kitchen floor, so I had to wash my hands real quick. Okay,
I'm going to add 3.5 cups of coconut milk. If you want dairy, you could have regular milk. That's fine too. I forgot to.
Into the mixing bowl.
I forgot you gotta shake this stuff up. Do a quick shake. There, that looks better. I got 2 cups. I think I'm doing 1.5. Half a cup. So there's 4 cups of coconut milk in this container. I'm going to use the rest for my frosting. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of Crisco to my mixture. And if you don't want to use Crisco, you could use butter. Real butter's fine with no salt. I'm using 4 whole eggs, de-shelled. Alright guys, and put my eggs in my mixing bowl. I'm going to start on low with the mixer. So that's my speed, is very low. Okay, I added 2 cups of regular water. And I combined it to the bowl, but I did it slowly so it wouldn't splash all over. I'm going to taste the batter. I'm going to add another cup of brown sugar, so 2 cups of brown sugar. So on the brown sugar, I put 2.5 cups of brown sugar. Alright, I'm going to taste it one more time. That's much better. I always like to taste my product before I bake it. Then if you need more spices or more sugar, you can add it now. Oh, that tastes much better. I like my batter like this, but if you want it thicker, you can go 1 cup of water.
To the mixing bowl.
My husband likes light, fluffy cakes. So if I make a pound cake, he doesn't care for pound cakes. Alright, I'm going to make sure everything's mixed up in the mixing bowl. That's what it looks like.
The cake.
Alright, you guys, I gotta pause for a minute and I'm gonna clean up a little bit
The kitchen.
and get some stuff put away. So stay tuned. Alright, guys and gals, I came back. I used a tablespoon of oil, and this is vegetable oil, Crisco. I put a tablespoon in here and a tablespoon in this pan. So I'm going to spread it around the corners and the edges. I mean, if you want to use grapeseed oil, that's fine. If you want to use regular real butter, that's fine too. When I bake, I try to use no salt in the butter. But if you want to, that's fine. I just don't think it tastes very good.
I have a fourth of a cup of regular all-purpose flour. I'm gonna add some to this pan. I'm just gonna spread it around the pan.
The flour.
Alright, that's what I do.
To the baking pan.
I'm just trying to get the cake to come out of the pan easier. So this is optional. I would just make sure you have some oil in the pan. Okay, that's what I do.
To the baking pan.
I'm combining the scoop here to this pan. And the scoop here. I mean, if you don't want to do it that way, you can kind of, you know, look at the bowl and just pour half if you want.
Of the cake batter.
It's totally up to you. Alright, you guys, I'm ready to bake my cakes. The oven's preheated to 350 degrees. So I'm going to do 35 to 40 minutes. So when I come back, I'll let you know what I baked them at and how long. So stay tuned and I'll show you the rest of the recipe. Alright guys and gals, I'm back. I cooked this mixture for about 10 minutes and I kept stirring like this until it was thickened. So this is coconut and cornstarch. Coconut milk and cornstarch mixed together. I cooked it on medium heat and then I refrigerated the mixture for about 10 minutes. put this mixture in my mixing bowl. So I can make my frosting. So this mixture is just like a roux. So it would be like a cooked roux for like when you make gravies and sauces. And puddings. Right, in my bowl I put 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. That's optional. That's up to you if you want that in there. I like spices, so I'm game on spices. I'm going a whole stick of Crisco. And this is the thicker kind. So you want it to look like this so you can make some frosting. They also have buttered Crisco, or you can use real butter. Totally up to you on what you use there.
Or oil or butter.
I'm using almond extract. I'm going to use a tablespoon to start out with. Because I have to taste my food to see if I need more extract. Okay, I'm going to put this bowl over here. For the mixer, and then I'm going to mix this for a little bit. Mixture. I'm going to use this whole container of powdered sugar. So it's 16 ounces or 1 pound.
Into the mixing bowl.
I'm going to taste the frosting. I'm going to add another tablespoon of almond extract.
going to taste a little bit more of the frosting. That tastes better. Tastes good to me. Alright, my frosting is done. I have some Girl Scout cookies. These are shortbread cookies. I broke them up in pieces, so I'm going to put that on top of my frosting. So I'm just breaking them up in pieces. So my cake's going to look rustic. Alright, this is my cake. I've been letting it cool. I don't know if it's... I might let it cool for 5 more minutes in the refrigerator.
The cake.
I mean, you don't have to do that, but I do that. Alright, guys and gals, I cooled the cake off for about 15 minutes in the refrigerator. I'm gonna combine some frosting to the cake. I think I need a spatula. I'm gonna do this one. And you guys, this is my husband's cake, so if I was serving this to somebody and they were gonna see the pan, I'd take it out of this pan and put it in like a cake holder. I mean, we're okay with it looking like that. I'm combining some coconut
on top of the frosting, and this coconut has no sugar in it. I figured the frosting has a lot of sugar, so this should be okay. But if you want sweetened, by all means go sweeten. I mean, I like sugar, but not a lot of sugar. I'm combining some cookies on top, just a few.
Of the frosting.
That's what you do. You can put almonds all the way around the cake, but my husband doesn't like almonds, so I just thought I'd show you. I'm going to do that to the other cake. So I'll take a picture of that and show you at the end of the video. Okay? So there's my cake. This cake's like awesome, so you should give it a try. Alright guys and gals, see you in the next video. Keep cooking. If you mess up, keep trying. Thanks for watching.